well-rehearsed, well-oiled machine here.
Yeah. If you find yourself experiencing symptoms such as depression, baldness, sadness, lack of energy, lack of sex drive, lack of willingness to listen to anything good, you might need to take a pill of the Vox Cascadia podcast.
I have most of those symptoms actually, so I don't
especially
have
the baldness. Yeah, Chuck.
Absolutely.
Damn.
Like his coif is so wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've been watching a lot of like Peacock recently because I wanted to rewatch some of the Office episodes, but I didn't want to pay like $30 for the ad free, and I forgot just how much like medication ads there are for just everything.
So bad.
It's so crazy. Like I haven't seen a commercial in like 6 years or something. It's insane.
Yep.
Absolutely.
No, it's crazy. My girlfriend and I, my dad got Paramount Plus for Star Trek, and my girlfriend and I have been watching it. We get like we at a certain point we can like recite the pharmaceutical ads back to the TV. It's the same 5 every single time.
You don't have a free Star Trek channel on your TV?
For legal reasons, I cannot comment on the current standings of that, but.
Yeah,
I may or may not. I may or may not have a free channel of Star Trek at this point.
My TV comes with a built-in Star Trek channel lately. So yeah, there's also a Baywatch channel and a couple other, like really iconic
like
shows.
Spice TV, I thought.
I know the Baywatch is like really deep. I mean, like, didn't you see my when I got really sick and went on a rant about Baywatch a while back?
No, I mean, I don't know. You go on a rant like every day, so
I mean, like that's
hard to stay on top of them.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the Vox Cascadia podcast. I'm Tyler. We've got Chuck, Connor, and joining us tonight is William, or Sprue Man, as some of you may know him. Yeah. Welcome to the podcast. So,
thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. So William was at Killscream, and William,
that was your first tournament, right?
It was your first tournament.
Yep.
What'd you end up placing?
I placed, I think, 6th or 7th overall.
Cool.
If I make sure it's right, I'll pull up the BCP real quick.
Yeah, and because of that, William, between placing, hobby, and also the Sprue Man outfit, just the dedication to it, William got a golden ticket out of it. So got best overall.
Yeah, it was 6th overall.
Yeah,
excellent performance,
fantastic,
especially for your first tournament. Like,
thank you. Yeah.
Way to go! Like, it was all sharks there too. Don't be confused. That was just because 2 of our best were doing the stream doesn't mean that it wasn't sharks all the way through on there. So incredible performances at Killscream, yours included. So
so
a lot of fun.
Yeah, and we wanted to bring William on and just get to know you and like find out a little bit about you and talk about your run at Killscream, and you didn't go to Worlds this year. Killscream happens to fall right like 2 weeks before the World Championships, so Games Workshop was nice enough to actually allow us to defer that ticket. And Tristan's ticket, who was the fourth place, but
Tristan was 4th or 4th.
And we were able to defer those tickets to next year. So we've already got 2 people from the Northwest that are going to be going next year. So
yeah, absolutely. 2 Oregon people, which is, like, I'm really proud of all of the people that went to Worlds who are listening to this podcast right now. You showed the Pacific Northwest, really, or you showed the world what the Pacific Northwest is made of. I expect you to do better next year, but we're sending some people from Oregon to help you guys out to reinforce your ranks. So
yeah, it's going to be
about
time.
Has better representation
from Oregon gone to Worlds before?
Listen, I was real close that first year. I was told I was going to be going to Worlds, but Games Workshop didn't follow up.
They let you down.
Absolutely. But other than that, a lot of our players have been running the events that would be going to Worlds, or they have intentionally declined tickets, like Josh Stroll.
Emily went to Worlds. Emily's from Oregon.
Oh yeah, Emily also.
She's been so helpful this entire time. I have to shout out to Emily. Thank you so much for everything you've done for me so far. It's been really appreciated.
Yeah. Emily actually got it last year at Killscream. So really amazing showing. So excited. Hope she gets another one sometime.
So, William, while Connor sticks his finger up his nose, tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you? What was your? Yeah, what was your? What was your nerdy journey? Where did you? How did you get into like nerdy stuff, and specifically, what brought you to Kill Team?
Okay, so this has two important influences early on. It was my dad and then my neighbor Lisa. She's effectively an aunt to me. My dad showed me Star Wars at a very young age. My mother, if you will comment on this and say it was way too young, I was traumatized, and I had nightmares of General Grievous and whatnot as a young child. Episode 3, maybe not the best to show to a 3-year-old, but
hell yeah.
Looking back on it now, it was absolute peak. I cannot complain. My dad, got to say, got me into Star Wars really early, and I think for a lot of us, that's a really potent starter for into sci-fi and whatnot. And then it just kind of went there. He got me into Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica, the OG series. I've watched the second one. My girlfriend loves it, so I've seen both now. Overall, yeah, he was an amazing influence. And then Lisa, my neighbor, got me into tabletop gaming in general. She was tangential to a lot of it in college and knew about it, but she was the one that always played board games with me. As an only child, it, kind of tough to get people to play a board game with you when it's your parents and they're totally uninterested, but she always did it, and she really encouraged it, and I had a lot of fun. And then I went to high school, kind of got some independence, figured some things out, and I'd walk past a Warhammer store on my way to middle school every single day, and I was like, oh, it's kind of cool. I'll get into that. I know it's expensive, but one day I think I'd love it. I love putting models together. It's always been a passion of mine, and I love games. I figured it'd be a slam dunk. So set aside a little money, and I went to college. And within the first week, this is immediately post COVID, so this is 2021. I went to Reed in Oregon. So if anyone's listening from Reed, shout out. Maybe not the best institution in the world, for mental health reasons, but it's a college to say the least.
Yeah, it's an infamous college for sure.
It is that's a good way to put it. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Reed is like one of those schools. It's like you go there and you're like, oh, you went to Reed, and it tells you a lot about a person's experiences if you've been around the area for a while. And not to judge anyone that's gone to Reed like yourself, but like I know more about you than I did 10 seconds ago, like a lot more about you, just like and it's not a bad thing necessarily sometimes, but Reed is definitely a Portland institution.
Yes, very much so. So I arrived at college, getting to know people, introducing. I didn't have a lot of people in high school who were like down to play tabletop, like board games or pretty much anything. So it was kind of just be myself, and I was like, okay. I really got into this video game called Deep Rock Galactic back then, and I have a point with this, I promise. And
hold on, one second, real quick.
Go. I have the coasters too. I have Rocky Mountain is currently what I'm using.
Okay.
But got really into Deep Rock senior year of high school, and was talking to some people, and I don't know where they were from, and I was talking, oh yeah, Warhammer seems really cool. Aren't there like dwarves in it and whatnot? And this is, mind you, early 2021. So we'll get there. And they're like, yeah, they don't exist anymore, not a faction. I was like, oh, that's too bad. It seems kind of cool. But they're like, yeah, it's still a cool world. It's still cool, interesting place to like play. And I think you'll still like the game regardless. And they said, so you're going to college? I'm like, yeah, you'll find someone who'll play Warhammer there, hands down. And I'm like, oh, okay. So set aside a little bit of money, arrive at college. I meet a friend named Matthew Redford. Matthew totally opened me up to Warhammer and whatnot. I was hopping on a Discord server. All the clubs from before COVID had been totally destroyed at Reed. Like everyone was gone. Institutional memory was gone. People that were freshmen were now like juniors. So there wasn't a lot of institutional memory, and the games club had been destroyed effectively. So I made a small Discord server for like board games and whatnot, and said, hey, people join. And then someone else, I believe it was Stanley, I think one of my friends, said, hey, the ARG stuff's still around, which is Association of Reed Gamers. It's what we call our games club there. And we called up the people who can open the doors, the CSOs, community safety officers, and we let us in, and we got permission from the past club and refounded the club. And about a week into that, I just pinged people randomly saying, hey, I'm playing Deep Rock Galactic, love to get to know people. And Matthew joined. And I'm talking to him. Oh yeah, squats are so cool. It's too bad they're not a faction. Like, yeah, they're not. But I'd love to show you to play Warhammer sometime. So we go into the closet. It's a total mess. We find a couple old Warhammer pieces, which lo and behold, we learned Emily was one of the last leaders before COVID. So lo and behold, a lot of that stuff was stuff she had known about down there. So we dig through it, find it, And for some reason, miraculously, we have the perfect Hive Fleet kill team. Like from the Compendium 2021 kill team book.
Okay.
3 Tyranid Warriors, 5 Gene Stealers, 6 Termagants, and 6 Hormagaunts. Just miraculously in the closet. Just the exact amount we need to have a kill team for me. So Redford started showing me how to play. I got into it, and I said the towel looked kind of cool. And this is, mind you, September 2021. So I picked up a box of Pathfinders. Came out a month later.
Okay.
The kill team Pathfinders. So I bought another box of Pathfinders, got into it, and started playing them. I lost the first 40 games or so. We played every school week that year, and I lost every single one.
Pathfinders are hard to learn, especially if you're like first getting into
That's
the game.
A rough one to.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was really tough. And where were we?
So Emily had been one of the last people that had. Sorry about technical difficulties. William's going to pick back up where they were. So Emily, last people, you had been shown how to play Kill Team. You bought Pathfinders right before it came out.
And then I bought them again. Yeah. So I lost 40 times in a row. My friend will back me up on this. It's a very famous story in our friend group now. The day I finally beat him, which I'll get to in a second. You guys ever seen Megamind?
Yes.
Yes. A long
You know
time
that
ago.
scene when he like kills Metro Man and he's like, I did it. That we made jokes about that for a while after that, because that was like 2.5 years in the coming, and I finally did it. But yeah, for a while I just bounced off Kill Team. I got into 40k. That was fun. I like painting the models a lot. Overall, I still enjoy 40k. I just would rather play Kill Team most of the time, to be frank, at this point. But
the setting's great, right?
Yeah, like, the setting is great.
That's why we play Kill Team, because it's the better game.
Yeah, so. I like to say that like 40k is still very enjoyable and it's a great game. Kill Team is just a better game. If you're going to spend the time to do it, I'd rather spend time playing Kill Team. That said, 100%. Someone wants to play 40k, sure, yeah. I'm happy to.
Go paint an army. It's cool as fuck.
Is.
I support it. Build 50,000 points of a single army. Get really,
pretty crazy.
Really autistically into it. I support that.
Yeah.
And Games Workshop supports that too. So
yes, they do. But yeah, the turning point for me, I'd say, was Kill Team Salvation when that came out. Beta started first box of Beta Decima, and I'm like, I love Scouts. I love In Principle. I love the Neophytes being taught. I always thought that was kind of cool. So I grabbed the box, paint up both teams, and Matthew Redford is playing the Mono Scorpions, which is not meta. And the Scouts just clicked in my head, and I beat him for the first time. And that's what really got me back into the game. And I've been playing pretty consistently ever since, I'd say. And that's kind of my origin story, for say.
Yeah, that's great. That's it's a rough way to start out. I know Brandon Ramo, who's at Killscream, who's a local guy from my area, started with Pathfinders as well too. I don't know if Brandon for the longest time Brandon didn't have heads on his Pathfinders, and I don't know if Brandon ever got heads on his Pathfinders, but yeah, it's a rough team to cut your teeth on, but I'm glad you stuck with it, and
yeah,
I'm sure going from like Pathfinders to Scouts was probably just like simplified everything. I'm all about teams that are pretty straightforward, and I don't think I could ever play Pathfinder. So if you just stick it out for 40 games is fantastic. So
yeah,
but yeah,
sorry, you were saying?
No, go for it. Go for it.
As I was kind of saying, I mentioned this in my game against Jimmy. Like, it's really was just a social experience for us. It was a time to hang out with someone at college. I enjoyed it. It's fun to talk about the setting, fun to talk about painting. I don't know. It sucked to lose. I won't lie. I was frustrated. That is very true. But I don't know. I enjoyed spending time with my friend, and it was a lot of fun to do. And I mean, eventually I stuck with it, and it clicked. Yeah.
So you came to Killscream. You this is your first tournament ever. What were you thinking? What was your goal before you came to the tournament? I think we all kind of have a little idea what we want to do, but what were you thinking before? 2 and 4? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's I feel like winning a couple games at a big tournament like Killscream is a good one. So, but let's talk about your games a little bit. So I just want kind of highlights, but one thing I want to know is you played some pretty great players. Game 1, you went into Eric Grensman from Connor's from your area, right? Or is he Seattle?
Yeah, Eric's Kitsap County area. Yeah.
Yeah. So golden ticket winner though, who was just
Yeah.
at Worlds this
I didn't
past
realize
weekend.
that. Holy
Yeah,
crap.
actually, Eric. I think Eric was like he was in the top 8 at Tacoma, and
Yeah, he
got a
finished. I think he went 4-0 day 1, and then I think went 2-1 on day 2.
Wow,
yeah.
that's
So
really good.
so
Yeah.
golden ticket holder, and Raveners are no joke. Do you remember any like kind of highlights from that game?
To be honest, it was our first game. I was, I get really stressed out, but the second we like start playing, it like all fades away. I remember just like, okay, we're just playing Kill Team. It was fun. He played really cagely. He was really scared of the Death Watch, I remember. So he played a lot more cagey than I figured he would. Granted, I just played Ravagers today too, and I it's kind of hard for me to understand how they can't play cagey.
Yeah.
But he really just let me get away with plant banners and whatnot, and that just really sealed the game. It was a good game. He made some good plays at the end, but ultimately I was so far ahead, and he couldn't quite get off a kill on a Marine with shooting a melee action, and I just backed off with the points, and I managed to win. Yeah, it was a good game. I really enjoyed it. He was really nice, telling me everything about the tournament and whatnot. I really enjoyed the game. But yeah, it was a close game. He played really cagely, I remember, and it was, I don't know, everything felt natural. I don't want to say flawless, but it just like the game flowed how you would expect a computer to, I guess.
Well, yeah, and 14, you won 14-6, and round 1 the pairings are random, so you could get matched up. Well, since we play Swiss, it's after round 1 is when you start playing people with a similar record to yours, but you just got matched up with someone who, by the way, happened to be a golden ticket winner. So yeah.
Yep. Yeah, just like the simulations, right?
Exactly, just like the simulations.
Raveners are definitely scary, and I think that like given their play style and this addition together, we're only going to see very cagey play from teams like that. I think it's a cagey moment in the game where it pays off to play conservative. Who knows what we'll see next year, because I expect new kill ops, or not new tac ops, crit ops for Worlds and everything next year. So even kill stream.
So round 2, you went into Grant Rule, who another Kitsap area guy, right? Connor?
Just even closer to me than Eric is.
Yeah.
On the big boogeyman. This is also pre-nerf, pre-balance, Canoptic Circle.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed that match. Grant was so kind. He let me, I was still nervous. I was still working through some things. He talked to me really kindly. He was very straightforward to the point, but like totally happy to let some like minor things slide. Like, oh, I was trying to position this guy so that this goal would be achieved. Did I screw that up? He's like, yeah, you did. I was like, oh, okay. Do you mind if and he's like, you can move him there. It's fine. So I did. Totally fine. This is the game that has like totally changed my opinion on Cancer. Before I was like, okay, they're just totally, I've heard like they're horrible to play against. They're just totally unfun. If you play them like a normal kill team and don't just like hide the Geomancer and healer, it's really not that bad to play. Grant played them like he didn't min-max. He didn't like really push. He just played it naturally, and the game was fun. It was involved, and that is a really good game. I hate to say, like, unfortunately, some of the later games I find hard to beat, but it was an amazing game. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Really good ITD. This is my second ITD game in a row. I played 5 out of 6 games at Killstream on close quarters.
Wow.
It was really interesting seeing how the rooms worked, and I had a pretty good strategy going into it. I flanked a plasma gunner, which I know 5 dice into Cancer works pretty well when killing the big things in my experience. Flanked some guys up, got some good motion going, and then was able to just snowball. I got some good kills in, and then from there I think I maxed kill up, if memory serves me right, on that one, and that's what my primary was, I think.
Yeah, so another win. Grant's a great player. Like you said, a very great opponent too. I played Grant at the Cascade Clash when Grant was on Legionaries. 18-6.
Cool,
yeah. So also Grant is the one who every time a new balanced data slate drops, gives us the PDF of it of all the changes on like day 1, so you don't have to search for all of them. So like amazing member of the community too. So
absolutely, he also did the Sherwin-Williams Cover the Earth shirts, which just closed. So if you didn't get yours,
Tyler, you got mine. You got mine put in there.
cool.
Yeah, I got yours.
All right,
so.
thanks, buddy. So 2-0 going into round 3, the final round of day 1, and you're into Kellen Foster, who, by the way, another golden ticket winner.
Yeah, absolute
So,
monster. Also, Kellen's
yeah.
no slouch.
Kellen's got blooded. So
yes. This is the point where I'm gonna go back to a person I mentioned earlier. My friend Matthew Redford, amazing Kill Team player. Again, he beat me the first 40 times in a row. I was pretty bad at the game, admittedly, but amazing just game player in general. He has an incredible understanding of every single fundamental aspect of Kill Team. He played esports competitively in high school and is just very good at all this and learning things really quickly. He plays Blooded a lot. So this is a matchup I was pretty familiar with. And I think going into that gave me somewhat of an edge. And most of the Kel team members, I'll say, play very similar to him. And I think that really, I don't want to say gave me an edge, but it made me feel very familiar with them. It was like I was playing against my friend, and I don't know, it just came naturally. That game was messy play on my part. I'll be honest. I was running out of steam on that last day. I definitely could have played it tighter. I was pushing some things. I feel bad, Kellen. If you're watching this, I'm sorry. I played a bit messily, but Kellen was kind and accepting and was like, "Yeah, no, I get it. I have to think. Yeah, very nice guy.
Kellen's an awesome guy.
Yeah,
like just like a truly like he's been like part of the community since the beginning. Always a good opponent. So
yeah, no. It kind of came down to some blast shenanigans through one of the breached holes in a Tomb World map, and ultimately I just kept killing and kept snowballing, and that's what got me. I got a really good crack blast followed by a frag blast with the breacher, and that just killed, like, gutted a team, really did. He also had some poor dice rolling, I'll say, and ultimately I just got away on kill up, and that sealed the game.
Yeah, so 3-0 on day 1. Played some pretty damn good players too. So end of day 1, how are you feeling? And what did you do to kind of celebrate or relax, or what'd you do after the first round?
So after the first round or after the
first
day?
Yeah.
Gotcha. My bad. So yeah, I was really excited. My friend was like, "Wow, you're doing really good." He had just played Jimmy Kelly directly next to me and gotten absolutely flattened. I think Jimmy Kelly like one tapped a Marine with a frag grenade or something. It was horrible. He rolled, that was the spike, but my friend Brom just said he was like fully outplayed. Jimmy Kelly is an amazing player, and
yeah, absolutely.
it was like, I think he said verbatim, like, I hope you don't have to play against him next round, dude. You're gonna be cooked. And I'm like, yeah, that doesn't sound too good. We had so we were coming from our college. We're both alumni at this point, Brom and I, but we have some friends that are still at college. So we had carpooled with someone who was going to the 40K tournament, which happened to be taking place at the exact same time at the exact same weekend, just in the Lloyd Center. So we met up with him. We talked about it. We went to dinner at Frank's Zoodle House. Shout out, great restaurant. With my girlfriend who came up for the costume contest. I mean, you guys saw the costume. It was a lot of fun. My girlfriend and I put it together. It was really good.
Let's talk about that real quick, actually. So you messaged we announced costume contest on Discord, and you actually asked me. You're like, "Hey, I have an unconventional idea for a costume," and I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, as long as it's like hobby adjacent or hobby related." I'm like, "If you want to be like a pot of Nolan oil or something, like, yeah, go for it." And you blew that out of the water. So how did you? So you were Sprue Man. We'll put pictures up on our Instagram, and I'll see if I can get it inserted in the video here. How did you decide to do that?
So I was thinking to myself, my girlfriend and I both love costumes, and I was thinking about what I wanted to be for Halloween. We just done a cool. We were trying to think of good couples ones, and we couldn't really come to a consensus. And I was like, it'd be kind of funny. I could go as a pile of shame. It'd be really scary. I have so many sprues just stored up. I could go as a bunch of boxes in my head. And she's like, "That's a good idea. I can go as a fiber art." She's really into fiber arts, and it's a concept there too. For have like a pile of a yarn hoard that's like you need to work it down. Same thing in Warhammer, of course, with piles of shame. So we went as hobby hordes together. So her costume was a ton of fabric, yarn wrapped around her, and I was like, "Yeah, this is a great idea, perfect." And I was like, "Oh wait, I'm doing Kill Scream. I can take that when the costume go to the costume contest. It'll be so much fun." I had to make sure I didn't have to wear that all day. I remember Chuck Very's like, "Yeah, no, you don't have to wear." It might have been Greg. I can't remember. Someone was like, "Yeah, you don't have to wear it." I was like, "Okay, thank God." Sitting in that all day would have sucked. I would have hated that so much. But Yeah, we talked about it, and my girlfriend and I both thought the idea was funny. And I figured I'd try and scare a ton of people at a Warhammer convention with their own pile of shame. So that's what I went as.
Yeah, it was fantastic. So
Absolutely.
had sprues just hanging off you. You had I think one of your feet was a box from one of your feet was
Beta
like
Decima.
a Beta Decima box. You
Yeah,
had
it
another
was
Kill Team box on your
Nemesis
head.
Claw and Mandrakes, I think. Yep, the Hivestorm box on my head. Yeah, with the slit cut into it. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm pulling up the picture here. Yeah, you had Shadow. Was it Shadow Throne?
Yep. As a chest.
On your chest. You had looks like you got an Age of Sigmar box up there too, and it's just it was just amazing. Like you came in and yeah, it was. I mean, for me, it was the high. Besides just nothing burning down, it was the highlight of day one there. So thank you for
I
putting so
appreciate
much effort into it. That was fantastic. So
no, it was a lot of fun. I'll be a bit self-indulgent here. I knew I was like, okay, I'm not winning the contest. It's my first time ever. I'm not gonna play as that highly. But the costume contest, now that is something I think I can win. So I figured I'd go all out, try my best at that, and it worked.
I mean, you did a fantastic job. Like, completely killed it. Next year, I'd really like to see more people come out for the costume contest.
Yes, do the costume contest. I can't promise I will. I'll be practicing for Worlds, but I do. I'm hoping I'll be able to.
Yeah, might be honest a little bit. We didn't really announce it very well. We've just kind of had it. So, but we're announcing it now, and we'll make sure to. It's in my notes upon notes about what to do next year. So, but yeah.
Well, we got to have Old World, Chuck. That's the most important thing.
I mean, we have Old World, so we have secured Old World for
Huzzah.
all of you Old World fans.
That's an inside joke. If you're if you're in the Patreon, you know. So in the after show. So
Exactly. Well, yeah. You won the costume contest. Well done. That's awesome. And you mentioned your friend next to you. He played Jimmy Kelly. So it seems only fate that now round 4, you go up against the one and only Jimmy Kelly.
Yeah, that was being asked to go on TV. I was like, oh, this is so cool. This is so much fun. If I hadn't done that, I think we would have been on another close quarters map, and that is the only game I played on Focus.
Oh man,
the entire convention. So it was nice. It was nice to have a bit of a break. My friends get upset at me when I say it was pure luck that I did as well as I did, but I do want to say a lot of things lined up very nicely for me is what I'm going to say. That map is one I happen to have played a lot recently. It's very one-sided. There is one side that is just significantly better than the other, and I happened to win initiative, took the side I wanted, and I mean, Jimmy Kelly just plays a lot like my friend Matthew Redford. It's I don't know how else to describe it. It was natural.
I think you gotta give yourself a little more credit though, because even though you won initiative, like you knew what side to pick, and you'd done the reps, you played on that board. So while maybe you got some dice rolls that worked out for you, that's I don't know what side of the board to pick. So you had the reps and you knew what you wanted to do. So that's So while I think that shows kind of like what you put into getting there too. And
thank you.
And spoiler alert, you beat Jimmy Kelly, who was #1 ITC player in the world last year. So
I was like, oh, so how many tournaments have you been to? And of course, I've heard Emily saying everything about Jimmy, and I was like, I wonder how many. It's like, oh, more than I can count. I was like, oh, wow, that's really cool. Whoa. The second he asked like Sean for a drink at like 10:30 in the morning, I was like, okay, this is powers beyond my comprehension standing here. Holy crap.
Hell of a guy.
That was such a good game. I can't decide if that game was my favorite between that and the game with Tristan following, but I will say it has my favorite moment in the entire tournament, which was have you guys watched Edge Runners Cyberpunk?
Yep.
No.
You know that scene? It's a sad scene. Do you guys care about minor spoilers? This is not minor.
Go ahead. I have.
There's a scene.
You got first of all, y'all fucking need to watch Edge Runners. It's amazing.
It's really good. It's really good. It will make you cry, but it's really good.
Yeah.
There's a scene when Adam Smasher jumps off a building and then shoots and stomps one of the main characters. I had a Marine jump off a roof directly on top of a Kellermorph, fight him in melee. Jimmy Kelly popped the like savior protocol. I don't know what it's called. It's like some heroic intervention. Kill him. Fight again. Kill the Kellermorph. Oh,
damn.
Very nice.
Absolute cinema. Best thing, he was using fists. That was a snipe. That was the sniper marine. That with no melee weapons whatsoever.
That's
That's
incredible.
awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It felt so good. That was such a cool play. I was ecstatic after that. It was so much fun. It was like, damn, yeah. That is like the moment that will forever be ingrained in my memory. The rest of the games were really good. Again, I feel bad saying that, but everything kind of pales in comparison to that. That just felt so nice to do that.
Yeah, sometimes you have those like cinematic things, like when my squig tanked like 47 shots from Tyler's Gatling gun. So the heavy bolter, it was a heavy bolter, yeah. So
wow,
yep, absolutely.
yeah,
like
Neo
I even
the squig.
cheated. I even cheated to make that shot.
You did actually, and
yeah. So,
yeah.
You get one free cheat on me, Chuck. Like, I owe you. So
who says I haven't already? I'm just not telling you. You didn't catch me on it.
Yeah,
so.
you don't get caught. Like, it doesn't count, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
playing the California way.
Yeah, right. You mentioned Tristan, and you mentioned your game with Tristan, and that was the next game. So at this point, you're 4-0. Tristan's 4-0. And y'all are matching up. I think there's 2 more, or maybe there's 1 more 4-0 and a 3-1 potentially. I think Bean was playing.
Bean is undefeated at this point, or going into this. Joshua Kelly has lost once to Bean, and that's kind of it. I think Elijah lost this round.
Yeah,
but we had a tie also somewhere that
Elijah
was
lost.
bringing stuff
down.
down.
Elijah tied round 4. Sorry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you got undefeated head to head, and this game came down to I was actually there at the end of this game, which I don't have a chance to be around many games at tournaments, especially in like this moment. And spoiler, you tied. Like you guys were. I was doing the math in my head, looking at your dice, and I was like, oh my god, they tied. But what led to this just amazing like game that turned out with the both of you walking away with in soccer it'd be a point. So
yeah, it was, I don't know. My friend plays Blooded, and my friend Matthew Redford earlier plays a lot of Nemesis Claw too. So, and my friend Brom has recently gotten into them a lot. So I've played a decent amount against them recently. So I was like, okay, great. This is unfun. It's a matchup I don't like into Deathwatch. I frankly don't know if it's meta or not, or who has advantage. I personally really, I don't want to say rubbed me the wrong way, but it's very nerve wracking for me. So I was like pretty nervous going into that game. It was, I don't want to say like, frame perfect. I'd say we both played basically flawlessly the entire time. Great game. I got a lot of really good kills in, got a lot of really good plays. It was, again, I just want to say it's like 2 computers playing against each other. It was just perfect. We both, if we both messed up, if we messed up, one of us definitely messed up as well. Like it was exactly even the entire time. I never really felt like one of us was run away until the very end. Tristan, they got an early lead. I remember getting some points early, which was really good. And then I just came back in the last little bit, cashed in all the things. This is download. So I cashed out on the center objective and their home objective. And yeah, it just came down to a tie. It was great.
I know that you talk about that matchup, and I know that's part of the reason that Connor went so heavy into Nemesis Claws, because Connor thought there was going to be a bunch of Death Watch and felt like the Relentless was going to be good for you, and so it's a tricky one.
Yeah, I was surprised. I didn't see a ton of Death Watch there. I was really expecting. I'm sorry, I can't remember his name, but one of Jimmy's kids had Death Watch.
Zeke, I think.
I heard.
Zeke was running them. I fought him. It was a good game, but this. I think Nimclaw have had it when Vox Stream was guaranteed. Now they have it a little bit less.
Yeah,
but
I don't think the Vox Stream changes are that big a deal. I think
they are, man.
You can do it. You can do it every turn.
The reliability was such an important part of that aspect of the ploy.
I
don't want to say like gutted, but
it's a rough nerf.
Compared to like the teams with the no fun zones, like like Mandrake's Just One World. Like, let's be real, they got double no fun zones.
Yeah, Mandrakes are really good into both Cancer and Death Watch.
The fact that you need both visibility and it's not guaranteed, kind of just shit on that ploy. Unfortunately,
I really hate
one or the other.
it's bad. I feel bad for all the Nemesis Claw players out there right now.
Well, Connor, what's the next team you're working on? Because every team that you play gets nerfed into the ground.
I mean,
I'll
it's
stay away from it.
I already know Space Wolves are going to catch a nerf at some point, so I'm fine building them right now because having done one test game with them and fucking up their rules and still feeling that good about it, like fucking them up and making myself worse than I need to be, they're a little good. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Oh, so you got to play? You played as them?
I've played as Space Wolves. Yeah, they're a totally fair and balanced team, and there's not going to be any problems with a team with that level of strength coming out.
So, I think that everyone gets up in arms about these teams, but like these teams are like developed way in advance and they're all balanced against each other, right? So like if we have peak Canoptic Circle, peak all of these teams that are being practiced against each other, tested against each other. And like, I think they're mostly tested in box, like, right? Like, like then like we're not going to see the discrepancies as much until it gets out into the public and we see like teams have already been adjusted, nerfed and stuff like that.
So you're just saying like they're tested box, like the teams in the box are just played against each other, not against many other teams.
That's what it feels like to me. I don't have any confirmed sources on this.
Right, because you have an NDA.
No, I couldn't say this if I had an NDA.
Oh,
even this much, like so.
So speaking of cancer, and speaking of Kellys and amazing players, so at this point you're 4-0-1, and you draw Jeshua the Kid Kelly for round 6.
Yeah, this is where I was tired. Ultimately, I was just outplayed. I don't want to put it any other way. I deployed wrong. I just didn't play what I needed to play to beat them, and I lost. Simple as.
Yeah.
Same map as I played Cancer on earlier too. Which is a fun fact. Yeah, same exact map and same exact sides as Grant and I played round 2.
Had you before this? Had you played like 3 games in a day?
I played 2 and that was it.
Yeah. So I mean, it's one of the things that Kellys do. I think Jimmy's got a boot camp in his basement where he just runs these kids through.
We call it
I'd love to go.
It's not the Kill Team concentration camp. It's the dojo.
Yeah. So I mean, and so Joshua has played in a ton of tournaments and has kind of like I think there's a stamina and endurance thing, especially like nice thing about Death Watch is it's not, while it's a tricky team, it's not like Pathfinders. Like you imagine playing 3 games of Pathfinder, 6 games of Pathfinders across a weekend.
100%.
Let's shout out to Zach for playing Sanctifiers all through.
Jesus, 10 fucking games.
Fuck, bro. I just think I think it's too much mental load to be played. Like I think they're a good team, but like ultimately there's too many failure points in the team, too much mental load to play them successfully, like unless we get like that one like Rain Man style autist in the like they're really gonna snap in, but like it's just like it's too intense, especially in a constrained time limit, right? Like if you're trying to get it done in 2 hours and play Sanctifiers, that's a fucking feat.
Yeah, no.
So and play them well, at least.
That's probably the biggest reason I was attracted to the watch. I mean, I've wanted a Death Watch Kill Team for so long. Like this has been something I've been waiting for since I'd say Salvation. I've like that would be great. I'd love one.
I mean, they're like the titular team.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. Like there is no kill team without Death Watch kill teams, right?
Exactly. Yeah. It is the name of the game, quite literally. And they're straightforward, simple, and easy to play at a competitive level. And that's ultimately I took them. That was my first tournament ever. I was like, okay, not going to win, but I want a team I can at least know I can play well and play at enough to play at a competitive level. And I have, month and a half. I've got 6. I think I got 12, 14 games in before the tournament. Yeah,
that's really good.
Like, and I
practice.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with it. I was like, okay, I'm excited. This is going to be a fun time, and it was ultimately.
Yeah. So you set out to start in your first tournament and go 2-4, and you went 4-1-1. So flipped it, and actually even better than that.
Yeah.
So.
No, for like 2 days after, I was just in absolute shock. I called my girlfriend and she like screamed when she heard. And one of my really best friends was next to her and I got text like, what the fuck, man? That is insane. I called my friend Matthew Redford. He's now in LA, and his mouth just like dropped. He's like, what? You did what? It was, frankly, I'm more proud of that than I am graduating high school, college, all of that. That was probably one of the happiest moments of my entire life so far, bar none. I can't honestly think of anything that like I was in total shock and completely ecstatic for the next like 3 days.
That's awesome.
It was crazy.
It was well deserved.
Yeah.
Like
Thank you.
know, like the enthusiasm you came out with to the event, and like you fucking killed through the whole thing. You know, like you took on some of the best players in the world at your first tournament and won.
Yeah.
You know, and like they weren't even like you know, it wasn't the second day only that you beat them. You beat them the first day.
Yeah.
You beat them the second day. Just killed it. Like great job. Like well deserved.
Seriously, well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, everybody was super excited to hear about you coming through. And like when I found out, I was like, oh, this is William's first tournament. I was like, are you shitting me? Like that's so awesome. So, I mean, it does, like I said, it does take some endurance and playing 3 games in a row and playing it
does,
because it's not just like, you're not just playing 3 nerds from the local game store. You're like getting progressively harder opponents every time who have done as good or sometimes better than you in this tournament. So fantastic job, dude.
Thank you.
Yep.
Really appreciate it.
So, I mean, you know, you got a golden ticket. Like, I've never got a golden ticket. Neither of these idiots with me either got a golden ticket. So,
I got a
golden we're working on it.
We're working on it.
Maybe this year I'll get to go to some golden ticket events.
Podcast at Worlds. That would be crazy.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's overdue. I think I'm going to go to Worlds regardless this year, whether I'm playing in like the Kill Team narrative or whatever.
Did you also watch $1 billion Clown Farms video? And is that what's got you?
Yeah. I mean, but like, no, I just like want to go. Like, I feel like I'm missing out.
That's
you know, like I want to go hang out with my buddies at Worlds. Although, you know, like, hopefully I'll have like lots of shirts to sell next year and like make lots of money to fund the trip. You know, like that's the plan. Right?
The second those Deathwatch shirts are ready, let me know. I want one so bad.
So like Deathwatch shirts are probably coming in January, just because like holidays.
No, totally chill.
There.
Take your time.
Just quick updates on shirts, just for those of you watching. All of the Orb shirts have shipped. If you don't get your Orb shirt, please DM me on any of the places that you can find me. If you've ordered one of my shirts and you don't know where to DM me, that's fucking wild. That's really weird. You know, like
I'm gonna put your phone number in the show notes so you can just text me too.
Like I realized the other day, it's like my full fucking address and like personal information that's like registered on the business. You
to
know,
be fair,
like,
that's in like half the restrooms in Salem too. So
you know, like, but like that's different. You know, like
it's still business, buddy. Okay,
that's for a good time.
$20
is
$20.
Yeah, absolutely. And then World Eater shirts they're going to be going to print over the next while. They probably won't finish up till January, given the holidays. You know, we got 2 of them coming up. If you're really pressed about your World Eater shirt before Christmas, DM me also. You know, also if you've ordered a legalized drugs and murder shirt, DM me. Just in general. Okay, love you guys.
Yeah. So William, I mean, final thoughts. Like, you know, you're on cloud 9 for 3 days. What are you gonna do? You've got 12 months basically to lock in for Worlds. Absolutely. How are you gonna stay in the game? Are you Death Watch or die? Are you gonna look at what else is coming out?
Yeah. You meta chasing? You don't let the meta chase you.
I have been trying to answer this question myself. The big thing I want to say is I like Deathwatch, but I really don't like how much it sucks if you just like lose one model. It really, really hurts. And I'm hoping between now and then I can get another team to try that I'll also like. I've had pretty mixed luck. The teams I've liked last edition were Scouts, and they're not great, nor have they ever really been great. And now I need to take this game considerably more seriously. Like I'll be honest, I was ecstatic for the first 3 days, but I was also terrified because we also didn't know if I was going in 2025. My dad lives in Atlanta, thankfully, so like I totally could have made it work. It would have sucked, but I could have made it work.
Yeah.
But like I had no idea what was going to happen. I was in total shock that I'm like, okay, I'm going to this thing I've only heard about in like YouTube videos before. Like this is my reality now. I now have to take this hobby like seriously because I'm not going to turn the ticket down. Like this is a once in a lifetime opportunity to do this. Like I need to make the most of this no matter what. I'll regret it for the rest of my life if I fuck this up.
I mean, like,
sorry.
What? Yeah, you can. I mean, I've
no,
so
you're
much,
fine.
Like, yeah, you're fine.
Say whatever the fuck you want. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Within the reason, there's a couple words we can't say, but you know.
Yeah, like
okay,
you know,
don't say
Connor-
bleep
Connor-
and
yeah.
bleep and yeah.
how many people get to say that they've traveled to an event for like World Championships?
Yeah,
on
exactly.
something?
Like
you know, especially like a weird hobby. Like I think that's cool as fuck. But also, I host a podcast about this, so you know. But like, I think other people think it's cool outside of a hobby too. So
the biggest I'd say for like the first 2 months, I think it's just gonna be a lot of like, okay, I need to plan. There's no like registry of like golden ticket events at all, which kind of sucks. I've realized because like if you want to earn a golden ticket, you just need to like hope you stumble upon a GT somewhere near you, or like look one up online and hope you can fly to it. GW, you know, that'd be kind of cool if there was like a list somewhere. That'd be really helpful. I think once again, Emily been an amazing help. She's promised to coach me, and we're already talking. She's let me into her club, which is very nice. Really appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun so far, and I'm really looking forward to competing with them. Very kind people, and I'm really looking forward to this next year. I have some good people to do it with, and I'm going to make the most of it. I'm going to travel. I'm hoping to go to LVO just for shits and giggles. I don't expect to win. I'll be honest. I've gotten this golden ticket, and I'm going to make the most of it.
Hell yeah.
I'm not going to win everything. I know that for certain. Like I'm just some kid who got lucky I'm paraphrasing, of course. You guys are going to give me flack for this, but like a lot of things went my way at Krill Scream. I won't lie. I rolled well, I played well, and I got a golden ticket. I want to make the most of it, but
it's at least 50-50, right?
Yeah.
Like you
either
at least
win or you don't.
Yeah, like you at least
simple
like,
as
half of it is you played well and half of it is you rolled well.
Yeah.
Like at minimum, you know, like the dice aren't going to carry you that far statistically.
But if you don't put yourself in a good spot, it doesn't matter what you roll anyways. So
exactly.
you got to get your guys in the right spot. You got to make the right decisions, and then you do need a little dice luck. But yeah. So no, I think
nobody's ever won a golden ticket purely by luck. Like
that'd be pretty crazy.
So unless it's like one of those like 6 people events in like Oklahoma because there's like 12 Kill Team players in the entire.
And the event organizer wins.
There's like a minimum amount of people that need to be there for it to get a golden ticket, right?
I think there was one last year that had like 8, not in 2025.
Wow, okay.
But
there
like
is
8, and then
not.
the TO won it. So
we've been looking at like I've like joined Emily, and I want to learn a TO because I'll be honest, I get really stressed out with these things. Generally, I much prefer to like be the DM or just stuff like that. So you guys need help in a kill scream. That's not next year.
Don't go to TO if you're going to Worlds.
Wait till after that.
Yeah, wait until after you go to Worlds.
You don't get a ticket for like 27, then you can learn the TO. But like you just sweat while you can.
For now,
and then
for now it's pure grind.
That's exactly my principle. I'm just practicing now. I'm trying to get better. I need to figure out the team. I was really hoping Stealth Suits would be it. They seem like Pathfinders, so I am really nervous. I'll give them a shot. I got a box, thankfully. Red Castle, Matt, shout out. Red Castle Games, Portland, Oregon. You know, not sponsored. You guys should totally go. Amazing store. I am looking forward to trying them. I'm not holding my breath. Next box, I already know it's in it. I don't like the vibes of them a ton. Chaos has just never really been my thing. I could see myself getting into the jetpacks. I think as Chaos goes, they're pretty cool, but I think it's going to be
pit bash some assault. Loyalists.
Totally. It wouldn't be too difficult, and you got.
I'm already
some great
thinking
kits.
of doing. Where did I just put them? Crap! I'm thinking of doing a Wolf kit bash. I have that. There's a Phobos Psyker that's really good. I have the exact like Phobos models that are supposed to use, and I have the Phobos Psyker, and I'm hoping I can do a kit bash for Wolves just because I want to try doing a kit bash. This isn't because I really want to play them. The rules seem cool, but
the rules are pretty good.
Yeah,
A little good.
A little good.
Like, I'm not gonna say the fact that they're busted. I could kind of care less, to be totally honest with you. At this point, like I actually need to care about the meta, so I need to like totally reapproach things. Like, okay, William, that team totally blows. Is it worth your
For
time
what
to learn
it's
how to play them
worth,
right
you
now?
already have the ticket. You can just play terrible
That's-
teams and be the guy that, like, I know people that went to Worlds and brought like the worst team, and it's just like I'm here because I love this
Best
team.
faction.
Somebody brought Hunterclade?
If you're the only person
There
there, you
was
also
actually
get best,
some
you
guy
also get
that
best.
brought Hunterclade.
I mean, the guaranteed
That
way
is
to get best in faction, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Right.
saying. Yeah. No, I see myself doing that. I just don't want to fuck this up, I guess, is the big thing. I want to take this seriously. I want to have a good time, and I want to try my best.
That's
Hey,
always
have
good.
I have
have a good time and go for the experience.
Thank you.
Do
Yeah.
your best.
Mhm.
Play the
I-
team that calls to you.
yeah.
Unless
You know, like you're selected for like who you represent in the Northwest and like the spirit of the game.
Yeah.
Most
Yeah.
of all.
And I think one thing that's important to remember too is that if you look at the scores and the results from Worlds, it is the best of the best. And there's people there that like the Kellys had multiple losses each. You know,
You'll-
so
the only way you can truly train that hard is you have to move to Spain for like 3
Yeah, I gotta
years,
move
and
to Spain,
that
learn
might,
Spanish.
you know, maybe we have to do that.
Working on my EU passport
Yeah.
right now, legitimately. No.
Like if you know there's anyone who wants to sponsor us moving to Spain, we're happy to do it.
Yeah.
You know,
If I
like
have
we'll,
to retire to the Mediterranean coast, you guys can force it on me. You know, I'd hate that so much.
I will fully admit there is a consideration of me going to graduate school in EU or something. I will say one of the top 3 bullet points for why Spain would be cool is because they kill teams.
Yeah,
You can shoot there.
100%.
I legitimately, that is a factor I've taken into consideration when looking at places to move over there. Like I would love to do that.
That makes sense. I mean, it's an important part of your life. You like the hobby, so you want to make sure that hobby still exists when you move to a spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, go to Spain, start playing some kill team, become like a professor, and never come back.
Yeah.
I think that's like the goal, right?
Yeah.
Like, live pursue that dream for all of us, because we can't. Because I'm old, Chuck's old, Connor's still young, but he's roped into a career. You know, so,
I mean, hey, that's if the U.S. government's still around, like in 5 years. I might have to move to Spain because,
yeah, I mean, who knows? We may all be fleeing.
Yeah,
in 5 years.
we may. Yeah,
really.
5 years if it gets that long.
Going to be there next year too. I know this. They're saying supposedly it's not in the U.S. So my guess is either Eastern Canada or it's going to be UK, or my guess would be Spain because there's such a huge community there. I could totally see them saying, "Yeah, we'll put it in like Madrid or something."
Yeah.
They have talked about moving it around. Actually,
it would probably. I would imagine first one outside of US would probably be UK. Maybe at Warhammer World would be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Nottingham, so much fun.
Yeah.
I went. My dad and I went. It's
Oh
so
hell
fun.
yeah! You've already been there.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I must make a pilgrimage.
Yeah,
at some point.
that's our 100th episode.
totally
Chuck's
worth
buying
doing.
us plane tickets and passports.
that's in like 5 weeks, dude.
Yeah, well, you got to buy those tickets, man.
Yeah.
I don't know where it is right now, but I have the diorama book. It's so fucking cool. I went through the entire thing like 3 times. My dad very kindly came out with me. Also, you know, they have a hot chicken challenge at Warhammer World in England.
Hot chicken.
It can't be hot. It can't be hot.
Winged. That's what I'm saying. It's a spicy wing challenge.
It can't be hot
In England. And I was like, what? Why is this here of all places? I will say, unfortunately, I had just come off a crazy time with change. I did not try it because my stomach was not feeling well. But next time I go, I really want to try it. I want to see how spicy it is.
We gotta go.
We're gonna be like, did you guys put the spice on or some shit? And they're gonna be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like we gotta go film our hot ones follow-up episode.
Spice is just salt and pepper is all it is.
Chuck, come on. Maybe salt. Let's not go crazy here with pepper.
That's fair.
They had
they
didn't pepper on one and then curry on the really hot one.
That's true. They do have a lot of curry there. There's a big influence there, but
I don't know about
Nottingham is just it's so cool to see it. I don't know. It's crazy to think that like 4 years ago I like barely knew what this was and was just getting into it, and now I'm like going to the World Championships.
Yeah.
Like processing that has just been it's crazy.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
Yeah.
Well, you got 12 months to practice. You got a lot of tournaments in between then. We've got I think did you get signed up for the Christmas one?
I did get signed up for the Christmas one. I was like 23 or 22. It was close.
Yeah.
My friend like texted me, "Yo, it's up, the tournament's up." I was like, "Oh shit!" So we both tried to register it as fast as possible. We both got in. Excited for it. Should be a lot of fun.
Nice. And that's more of a casual one, but you're still gonna run into really good players.
It'll be good. I mean, PNW is like, I'd say top 3 regions in the world as competitive wise. Like Spain is obviously number 1, but it is a Shark Tank up here.
Yeah, absolutely.
We also just have a very lucky extreme density. Even if you we have a huge amount of players in Kitsap, we have a huge amount in Tacoma, and then all the way down just like the I-5 to like Salem is just nothing.
Yep.
I think middle of nowhere Washington, there's not a ton, but it's middle of nowhere Washington, so there's not a ton of players.
The one thing I'm surprised, there is like no scene in Boston. I am incredibly. It's all outside the city. I'm from Brookline, Massachusetts. Shout out. There's a Warhammer store there, but I don't know of a single game store in downtown Boston. You all have to go to Cambridge, or you have to drive south on 95, or north. Like there's nothing in the middle of the city, which is crazy to me. Like I would have expected, MIT, Harvard, all those places to do some crazy lifting, but yeah, not a lot, surprisingly. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right place, but I looked for a while and there's not. So I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, well, again, congratulations. You crushed it. Not only again in your play, but your models, your costume, and then just your sportsmanship too. So it was fantastic. And we were super excited to give you the golden ticket.
Absolutely.
And yeah,
I remember like partway through the day, we're like, "Yo, is William in contention for best overall?" And we're like, "Yeah, I think so." Like, it was a conversation because like that's a very serious matter when you're giving away a golden ticket for something other than just placing, right? Like there's a lot to consider. You hold the weight of the community on your shoulders, no pressure. So,
if you don't get at least 3 wins, banned. That's what I was trying to say.
If you don't represent us well, you're done in this town and all the other towns in the Northwest.
Yeah,
we've made it happen before, and we'll make it happen again.
I'll go live in exile in Spain.
There you go.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
You've been exiled to Spain for Kill Team.
Yeah.
I feel like it was mostly the Inquisition exiling people away from Spain, but it's been a while since I've seen Monty Python.
This is like reverse. We're doing like Shaolin style,
Okay.
We're like exiling him to Spain to go train and come
a
back.
Hyperbolic time chamber type thing.
Yeah.
Dragon. Yeah.
Have you never seen a kung fu movie? You go off, you meet the white bearded man.
It's a white guy
would go
beard,
so nice right now.
With a white
it's Pei Mei, and you train and you do a bunch of weird exercises that aren't related to kung fu, and then you come back and yeah, exactly. It's the same plot forever. And then he comes back to the United States in the ruins of it, and he gets revenge. By revenge, I mean
we'll be the Western Union by then. We'll have balkanized properly.
We'll be Cascadia.
Yeah.
Proper Cascadia. It'll mean something different when you get back out here.
Yeah. Well, William, thanks for joining us. You are a member of our Patreon.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Shout out Patreon.
Thank you.
We appreciate that.
Yeah. Thank you more than thank you to us.
Yeah. Patreon.com/Fox Cascadia podcast. And we actually have a little a Patreon challenge going on that Max said that she is going to do. So she said this. So if you sub to the Vox Cascadia Patreon, she will play the entirety of Fire Warrior live in Discord. And she said 5 new Patreons by the end of the day. And she said that today, but this is going out on Thursday. So we'll probably have more than one day, but there's a couple different tiers we have. It's a couple bucks.
Tier, right?
Get Connor's lunch money. It's a couple bucks to just kind of help us to continue to do this. And then we do have some extra content that you can't see at least right away. We still haven't even released the book review of the dumbest book ever, Elemental Council.
At least Greg backs you up, and I respect it.
Thank you, Greg. Yes, Greg's got my back. So, Hot Ones challenge is on there. Me and Tyler getting into some Crown Royal, some wings, and getting kind of deep.
Real deep on that. So
and still maintaining our faculties, but we appreciate your support.
Relatively composed.
We were actually, so especially since we had about a fifth each. So, and at one point, our ears started to hurt from the wings, from the sauce. It was the weirdest fucking sensation. So,
maybe yours.
Bro, you had the same shit as me. You know
I
that.
don't remember.
You're full of shit. Go watch it back. So,
I think I was just being kind. I didn't want me to feel like bad in the moment.
you're so full of shit.
I mean, aren't we all?
Yeah.
So.
I went to the
William, anything
bathroom
you want to
earlier.
plug? Any place we can find you on socials or?
I'm so new to this. I don't have an account or anything. It's mostly just my personal stuff. So
Yeah.
if I see you at a hobby store, happy to talk to you about Kill Team. Happy to try and get a game in.
You mentioned Red Castle.
Yes, Red Castle's
Castle's a great
Matt.
store. Any place
amazing to me
else
so
in the
far.
Portland area we can find you?
Guardian every so often, but Red Castle's generally where I'm at. That's my usual go-to. It's within walking distance, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Sprue Man on Discord.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
find him there. So.
You can find Tyler at Lowbrow Minis on Instagram, dicer.bigcartel.com, Connors at Spanaway on everything.
I was going to bring up, I like that at one point, Tyler asked for my email, and you were even like, come on, do you even need to ask? You did need to ask, but I do have Spanaway at Gmail, so if you want to send me an email.
That's impressive.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a real word, is the bright side. So if there's anything...
it's like a place.
It's a place, but that's only with one in, and I'm with two in. So
okay.
And so I just got lucky.
You're just like a trendsetter.
I guess so. Or they should rename the town after me because I have a podcast now, and I don't think there's much going on in actual Spanaway.
I tried to get my name as an email, back on the beta invites for Gmail. Couldn't do it, But
because you have the most generic fucking name, dude.
I know, but that's a benefit also in the digital millennium because you try to look up my name, you won't find anything. You'll find so many hits for my name. 2 years after I was born, it was the most popular name, and I have one of the most common last names. So you ain't finding shit about me online unless you're real good.
Yeah. I'm at Painting Cave Minis and at Vox Cascadia. I think we're gonna let Max take over the Vox Cascadia Instagram because Connor's getting demoted.
I'm all right with that. I don't use Instagram that often, so thank you, Max.
Yeah, we know. We can see from the updates.
Well, fair enough. Got me there. I was posting during CritCon and then I stopped. But
it's all right. I too have access to that and haven't posted shit on it either. I didn't.
Exactly. You're also a hypocrite.
That's true.
Chuck, we're too busy winning Battlefield Red Zone. What's it called? That's the NFL.
Red Sec.
Red Sec.
Yeah, Red Zone is the NFL on Sunday.
Well, I'm good at that too.
Yeah,
I finished third in my league. I forgot to set my lineup.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow. Hell yeah, dude. What did you finish last year?
I don't know.
Well, just say dead last.
Sure.
Okay, me and Nick were trying to coach you.
Yeah, you guys coached me to third place.
I mean, we just honestly, it was more harassing to set your line.
Yeah, remember,
which Connor didn't do it last time, and
I honestly barely remembered most of the time. I'm like, oh, it's Friday. I should have set my lineup. Oops.
What kind of fucking is your league over? It's like week 11.
I'm in. Sorry, yeah. Wait, I'm at third right now. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you got time to go.
Yeah, I got time to fuck it up, but yeah.
Yeah, you got time to get better or worse.
Worse.
Yeah.
So
we got 8 weeks left, I think. Right?
I don't
know. 7. It was 18. They play 17 games. It's 8. Is it 18 weeks this season? Get ready to buy. So yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of football left. It goes through the beginning of February.
This is not good.
I haven't paid attention since the Patriots since they stopped winning.
That's fair.
Yeah. Thanks for sending Tom Brady over to the Buccaneers. I'm a Buccaneers fan, so yeah.
Are you really, Chuck?
Yeah, dude.
Wow. Why?
I've told you this.
Because
I randomly in 2001 or 2002 picked a team. So, and because my dad wasn't a sports ball fan when I was growing up, and luckily I didn't pick the Cowboys because that was kind of my family team. And so I just picked the Bucks because they had a good running game, they had a good defense, and then they won the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Then they sucked forever, and then we got Tom Brady. So, but now we got Baker Mayfield, and he's a stud.
When I was young, I bought some sports cards, and I got a really cool Patriots foil card, and I was like, "This is my team." And then the Patriots became the team.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
Tyler can't anything cool.
Exactly.
I can't. Come on.
I didn't quite realize that until I left.
I don't have any evidence. No, I think my mom may have a photo of me in a Patriots jersey in third grade football.
Yeah. I'd love to see that. If you can dig that
I'll try to find that.
Yeah.
So
my stepfather was into it, and I was kind of into it. And then I went to high school and kind of stopped caring, and that's about when they stopped being good. So that was it for me.
Yeah, I had like an early midlife crisis and got hit middle aged at like 22. So that's when I started to really care about football again. So yeah,
Yeah,
but
we're deep in the post show without saying I love you. Good night.